Good morning to Dr. Amalina. My name is Chia Shimin and I will represent my group in presenting the business ethics case studies. The title of our case study is 1MDB. Before I start my presentation, I would like to introduce my group member, which are Yap Wan Ling, Sim Gyok Kim, and Muhammad Arif Fauzan. In today's presentation, I would like to discuss about the facts of case, ethical issue, ethical value, principles, theory use, suggestion in improving transparency, and lastly is lesson learned. How it all started. 1MDB started off as Terengganu Investment Authority (TIA), which was initiated by the former Menteri Besar of Terengganu in year 2008. In 2009, TIA established a joint venture with Petra Saudi Holdings Limited, and the company name was changed to 1MDB Petra Saudi Limited with a 60-40 ratio, where 1MDB held 40% and the remaining 60% will be held by Petra Saudi Holdings. In 2010, 1MDB disposed all the 40% stake, which worth $1 billion for $1.2 billion in Murabaha notes. Time goes to 2012. 1MDB redeemed all the Murabaha notes with a total of $2.22 billion including profits. In year 2015, the Wall Street Journal mentioned that the 1MDB organization had been used to steal state funds for transfer into account of former Prime Minister Najib Razak and people associated with him, such as Joe Low. In year 2018, our previous finance minister, which is Lim Guan Eng, established an investigation on 1MDB. He had ordered the appointment of PwC to conduct a special procedure audit and review of 1MDB. There are few ethical issues that we can identify from 1MDB case study. The first one is embezzlement. Embezzlement is misappropriate of funds placed in a person. For example, in 2012, there is $1.4 billion raised by 1MDB in bond issues was misappropriated and end up in an account owned by Joe Low. Second ethical issue is bribery. The bribes arise between Goldman Sachs and officials of Malaysian government. Malaysian government allowed Goldman Sachs to arrange and underwrite the bond issues in 2012 and 2013 with a very high underwriting fee. The third ethical issue is money laundering. Most of the money in 1MDB transferred into different bank accounts at outside country to obscuring the origin. Next ethical issue is corruption. The sales of mispricing government guarantee bonds to chosen investors offer a higher interest rate compared with the market. Lastly is false declaration. 1MDB provide false statement about the purpose of loan and value of the asset in 1MDB to Malaysia Central Banks and other banks that provide the loan. This slide shows three ethical theories. The first one is utilitarianism, which is maximizing happiness and minimizing the sadness. Unfortunately, the unhappiness are resulted in Malaysia public. Malaysia public is unhappy with the 1MDB case because they feel like the public money is stolen by Malaysia government. The second ethical theory is Kantianism. Kantianism is more focused on do the right thing. The Malaysia government are violate the principle. For example, our previous Prime Minister Najib Razak embezzled all the public funds for self-use. The third ethical theory is virtue theory. In this theory, we'll separate into 2 points, which is courage and temperance. Temperance is Malaysia government is lack of temperance because they always seek instant profit. And the courage, there is no people have the courage to rise up this issue because of the ultimate power by the leader, which is Najib Razak. Okay, this slide shows 6 ethical leadership that a leader should be complied with, which are integrity, honesty, fairness, justice, responsibility, and accountability. For example, Najib Razak, as former Prime Minister, shall take the full responsibility for the money laundering scandal. However, he denied the alleged embezzlement of 1MDB fund after the EU's Department of Justice announcement. In this slide, Prime Minister Office introduced 4 code of ethics, which are trust, integrity, responsibility, as well as commitment. The first one, trust. Prime Minister should perform duty with full responsibility. The second, integrity. Prime Minister shall practice the value of honesty, sincerity, and integrity in all matters. The third one is responsibility. Prime Minister should, without abusing power and position for self-gain or the benefit of other interest parties. Lastly is commitment. Prime Minister should take full responsibility at all times and not disregard public responsibility because of personal interest. For sure, this 4 code of ethics is not only specific for Prime Minister but also for all the leaders in different government departments. Okay. This slide shows the corporate governance ethic value. The corporate governance ethic value include transparency, responsibility, accountability, and probability. This corporate governance ethic value shall comply by all the leaders in company and also in the government. There are few suggestions from us to improve the transparency of government and also the business practice. The first one is implement a new regulation and standard for project funding. Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) shall hold the money and monitor the flow of the usage of money if the money are exceeds the maximum. The second suggestion is statutory declaration of asset. Malaysia should straighten the rules to declare asset annually by high position in public official. The third suggestion is hire trustworthy expert. To maintain the true and fair view, Malaysia government and also the companies should hiring accountants from big companies such as Certified Fraud Examiners (CFE) and Certified Public Accountants (CPA) to establish anti-fraud policies. Next suggestion is progress report. Malaysia shall enforce all the companies in Malaysia to announce the progression of project annually to the investor as well as to the government. Last but not least is the segregation of duty. To maintain the independent status of Malaysia government, the upper public official cannot hold any executive or chairman position in any private organization. There are many lessons that we can learn from 1MDB case study. The first one is there are still many deficiencies in Malaysia's law for financial crime. 1MDB is a large-scale and complex case, and it involves many suspects, and those suspects have not been punished. Although the investigations are still ongoing, but it is neither clear it will succeed in its legal move. The second lesson is another similar case could be very easily happen again. The unclear investigation as well as the deficiencies laws in Malaysia comprise similar financial crime might happen again or under discovered yet. Last but not least is lack of check and balance in our governmental power structure. As we all know, the MACC's chief is still being appointed based on the Prime Minister's recommendation instead of select committee of Dewan Rakyat. The MACC's example are like Judge of Federal Court as well as the top posts in regulatory agencies like Bank Negara, Security Commission, and also Ministry of Finance. That's all from us. Thank you.